Coming up, we meet a burn victim who rose above her own setbacks to reach out to those in need. And we take a look at how Tzuji's charity mission has adapted over time to better meet the needs of care recipients. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In the United States, California has suffered years of drought, which has caused water shortages and affected plants. Seeing how piles of dead leaves have littered the streets in Oakland, local city volunteers mobilized to clean up the streets. Let's take a look. Due to the dry weather conditions, clumps of dead leaves have fallen on International Boulevard in Oakland, Northern California, and city volunteers are here to help clean up. "15 volunteers were divided into 2 teams sweep along the streets. As an alternative to bagging the fallen leaves, volunteers also spread the leaves around the tree roots as natural fertilizers to enrich the soil. After 2 hours of cleaning, the street has been returned to its original state. The volunteers hope their efforts will inspire the residents to help maintain and protect the environment. At Tzuji Shezi Recycling Station in Taipei Shiling District, Tzuji volunteers recently held a year-end gathering to share their experiences in order to promote harmony in the home and the community. Among the participants, some volunteers said that after volunteering with their families, they now have more to share with each other. Let's join them there.
Many people have gathered at the recycling station to discuss issues between in-laws.
Actually, I'm very happy to volunteer with my mother-in-law like this. We're both trying to be good people. I spoke with her about joining Tzuji. Now she's always out late volunteering, while I'm at home preparing our meals.
I was too idle at the house. Now I have been coming here doing my share, and I have forgotten all about my old aches and pains.
This year-end gathering is meant for the mothers, daughters, and in-laws of the community to take turns sharing and saying thanks.
Before, I was always taking care of her. I'd get home from work and she'd say she had some aches, so I'd have to take her to the doctor. But now it's different. After I get home, she'll just tell me about her day with Tzuji. She'll say, "You should come join." Then we'll have more to talk about.
As these recycling volunteers share how they have grown from volunteering, they have also shown how working together has brought them closer together.
In our next report, we meet city volunteer Huang Shuchun, who rose above her own trials and tribulations in life to contribute to society. 40 years ago, she suffered serious burns and disfigurement from acid. Even after treatment, her hands and face still bear the scars, but her courage shines. And through her resilience, she decided to become a city volunteer. Now she finds strength in spreading love to others.
八仙乐园27号晚间8点发生粉尘闪燃，民众遭到大。
When I saw the news about the explosion, I thought about their pain, which caused me so much grief. The very next day, I was there with our group. I spent every day at the hospital's ICU with the families of the injured children.
Miss Huang can empathize with the suffering children because 40 years ago, she was badly burned with acid, which left scars on her hands and face.
I didn't let it get to me. I went through treatment for 2 years, and my scars are still ugly, but my heart is beautiful.
Miss Huang decided after retirement to join Tzuji. Now she often works sorting out recyclables, happily contributing to the community.
When I was recovering during those 2 years, I had a lot of help from the community, so I always want to give back. I'll never leave Tzuji. I'll always stick with my sisters. Whether they're at Tzuji's hospital in Hualien or Xingdian, I'm really very glad to help.
As a volunteer, she has been all over Taiwan, and to the children, she is like a mother figure.
Every day she's working with Tzuji. She tells me about it when she comes home. My mother is a really good person. She has real compassion for others. She has made an impact in our lives.
Dressing up for the enjoyment of children, Miss Huang is without worries and burdens. Through her trials, she's become a helping hand for others and gives us an example of a truly beautiful person.
If you can do something, it's wonderful. If you don't do something, it's a waste. You can't let a single second pass you by. Keep moving forward. In our next report, we meet a newly certified Tzu Chi volunteer who has dedicated much of his time to volunteering despite his old age and frail health. 71-year-old Liu Zhenzhi of New Taipei City was once a marathon runner and a chairperson of the Lions Club. A few years ago, 3 of his relatives passed away, which made him realize that life is impermanent. Since then, he has actively participated in Tzu Chi activities and sees different occasions to tell people about Tzu Chi.
Standing tall and straight with a positive outlook, 71-year-old Liu Zhenzhi has vowed to volunteer. The metal brace he is wearing is a necessity.
The doctor told me to wear this, or my condition will worsen.
Liu Zhenzhi was once a marathon runner and has won many medals. However, the injuries brought by the marathon and the 2 surgeries after a car accident changed his mindset.
I'm over 70 years old. The master often says she is running out of time. So when I was about to have surgery, I vowed that after I recovered from the surgery, I would carry out Tzu Chi missions in every lifetime.
Different from his work in the Lions Club, Liu Zhenzhi records his volunteer work in his volunteer training handbook.
There are 365 days a year, but I volunteer 363 days.
Other Tzu Chi volunteers always help him, so he doesn't need to do labor work. Nevertheless, Liu Zhenzhi is always happy to do other volunteer work within his means.
In China, Tzu Chi volunteers in Kunshan of Jiangsu province provide a year-end banquet for their care recipients. At the gathering this year, the volunteers also put on a play portraying the true story of a recycling volunteer. They hope the participants will be inspired to cherish their own blessings as they watch the play. Let's join them there.
Volunteers from Tzu Chi's office in Kunshan invite care recipients to the year-end banquet. A doctor has also come to check everyone's health. Free haircut service is also offered. Then comes the play that portrays recycling volunteer Wang Duyue's story. Wang Duyue was a skilled mechanic, but after a sudden stroke, he could no longer control his hands. Later, he was encouraged to join Tzu Chi, where he discovered value in the work. Wang also took to the stage to express his gratitude.
Thank you so much, Venerable Master, for starting the Tzu Chi Foundation and helping protect the environment. I'm so happy to help with recycling. I've been so blessed this past year. I can use my hands to eat, wash clothes, and make food.
Before concluding the banquet, volunteers give everyone cooking oil and a bag of rice, which will help them enjoy the new year without worries.
Also in China, Tzu Chi volunteers held their winter aid distribution event at the Tzu Chi Suzhou grounds, where a banquet was also served. Among the participants were leukemia patients and their families, who have seized the occasion to express their gratitude to Tzu Chi volunteers.
The Tzu Chi Suzhou ground is full of guests today, as many people have come to join the winter distribution and enjoy the hot pots.
This was a building of classrooms of number 21 secondary school, and this was a playground.
We all volunteer recounted the first winter distribution in 2005. Times have changed, but love is still the same. Ren Qigeng, a care recipient who has come every year for 8 years, brings his daughter and granddaughter along this year.
I'm also very touched this year. It's cold out there, but it's warm in here.
This young girl with leukemia is full of love.
There are other people who are in worse conditions than me, so we should pass on love.
Her son went through a bone marrow transplant, which helped the family overcome their despair.
When my son Guannan was sick, I did not know what to do. Fortunately, Tzu Chi volunteers came to help us. I like joining this big family.
真的我是不知道，反正就特别感激，感觉融入这个大家庭。
最后祝福大家猴年行大运。
Since the founding of Tzu Chi Foundation, Tzu Chi volunteers have been conducting home visitations of the sick and poor as part of charity mission. During the process, Tzu Chi volunteers often help clean up care recipients' houses when necessary to improve their living conditions. As times have changed in the face of aging society, Tzu Chi Foundation has also begun working with the Ministry of Health and Welfare to promote health and well-being of the elderly. Let's take a look at these different stages of Tzu Chi's charity work.
今天你要去哪里玩？穿这样子。
穿这个，你穿瑞士来。对呀，很凉啊。
今天穿的 bling bling， 然后还戴太阳眼镜，还挂耳环。
A party started at 9 a.m. at the activity center in Jiamin Village. Moving to the beat, the seniors from Truku and Ami tribes get to dance like children today.
就是我们的班歌，来，起立，健康的孩子，心中有见的希望，拍手掌声。
来这边像小孩子一样，拉拉感情哦，真的是非常好。
We're really happy, especially on Wednesdays when volunteers come.
很高兴。
现在台湾呐，90岁到99。
More than 100,000 people in Taiwan are between ages 90 to 99. Very soon, they will become centenarians. If they develop dementia, it will lead to serious family problems.
In the face of aging society, Tzu Chi Foundation has begun promoting Seniors Dine Together program and Senior Citizen Education program in recent years. They hope the plans can be implemented in villages to encourage seniors to maintain good health, stay active, and to learn happily and to give of themselves.
在2014年的3月
Starting in March of 2014, we invited seniors to go visit and care for seniors who cannot leave their homes.
健康在家里没办法出来的老人。
预备吃饭喽！是我们多人时刻，因为国度、权力、荣耀，全是你的，到永远。阿门。
Transcending religious barriers, Tzu Chi volunteers and Jiamin villagers have built a trusting relationship over the past 8 years. More importantly, Tzu Chi volunteers have also inspired the residents to serve in community kitchens.
除了在这里供餐之外，
Besides dining together, we go visit those who cannot leave their homes. We want to safeguard the seniors' health and also inspire them to join us in caring for others.
社区志工去关怀大家。
Visiting seniors in the community is a practice that evolved from home visitations conducted by Tzu Chi volunteers. Since the founding of Tzu Ji, Master Cheng Yen has led her followers in caring for the sick and poor, including cleaning up their living environment.
所有委员加入之后，
It is important for our commissioners to participate in home visitations because their compassion is inspired in the process.
每个人真正的去发慈悲心。
As medical staff take part in cleaning up care recipients' homes, they are also practicing preventative medicine to improve the care recipients' life quality and prevent diseases.
小孩子的个性啊，为什么？他是讲在领这金库趁钱，感觉物件拢爱保留啊，就是要保留变成啊垃圾啊。好，不要紧，等到年龄厝会要老了，咱就用这个清洁剂。好。因为爸爸。
His father has to visit a hospital frequently because of his infection, so we need to help him clean up.
The volunteers work as a team and clear out a truckload of garbage in one afternoon. The care recipients can finally enjoy a spacious and clean environment.
从我、你、我们呢，大家一起呢，把爱启发出来，去为苦难人付出，那这就对了啦。
Starting with home visitations to practice preventative medicine, Tzu Ji has now worked together with the Ministry of Health and Welfare to promote the community care and the Seniors Dine Together programs. As times have changed, so have the practices of Tzu Ji's charity mission, which has been adapted to better meet the recipients' needs.
慈济慈工的人会来这边，我们心里会等他们啊。
很有爱心，真的很有爱心。
谢谢你们大家哈，好辛苦啊，好辛苦啊，感恩感恩。
In New York of the United States, there's a restaurant which serves meals without having prices on the menu. The customers can pay any amount they wish or choose to volunteer at the restaurant. Over the years, the restaurant owner has witnessed the generosity of his customers and built up a trusting relationship with them.
So when you tell people, you know, there's a restaurant where you can go in, you can sit down, you can have your meal, and at the end of it, you'll get your bill, and your bill will say $0.
So your meal has already been gifted to you by people that came before. Yeah.
The reaction that a lot of people meet that with is, are you kidding me? Like, is this for real? What's the catch?
Wait, what do you mean you got to give it to me? Somebody paid for it.
But if they give it a chance, if they sit down and they actually go through that experience.
So there's no prices on the menu. At the end, you'll get a bill and it says $0, and you are invited to pay it forward however you wish.
And then it's very hard not to just give in to that generous spirit. And when you have an environment where you receive unconditional generosity from strangers, it starts to reframe how you look at the world. And that's the beauty of this Karma Kitchen. We started Karma Kitchen, you know, looking at the way traditional society operates. We were looking at the narrative, and so much of it was focused around what was going wrong. And that wasn't the reality that we were experiencing. You know, we were seeing everyday people all over who were doing what they could in their own communities.
Welcome to Karma. Have you been here before?
I have, yeah.
Yeah? Awesome.
Oh, I haven't.
You haven't? Welcome.
But the community responded. You know, we hadn't done major outreach or anything, but through word of mouth, the community had gotten wind of what was happening. People were really feeling kind of the possibility of what happens when you drop that kind of transactional mindset where you suddenly realize, oh, there's a person, you know, serving my table. There's a person behind the scenes who I can't see who's doing dishes, and they're just doing it because they want to give, you know, they want to serve me.
You know you're here to learn about service. You know you're here to experiment with generosity. There's no other reason why you would spend 8-9 hours like on your feet.
And one thing that's beautiful is that it really blurs the boundaries between giver and receiver. So one week's guests could be next week's servers and dishwashers.
So it says people People often ask, how much did this meal cost?
When we tried to figure out what type of donation to leave, we thought how much we would pay at a restaurant for a similar meal, and then we decided we wanted to give more because we just like the idea of being able to give to the next person and like the fact that there's kind of all these volunteers here.
So we found generosity is sustainable.
In Malaysia, city volunteers continue to help children of refugees on their path of education. As some of the students are ready to head into middle school, Tzu Chi and UNHCR sought out schools suitable for them. Let's take a look at their first day of school.
This is the first day Atiba and June and Jana Bankam are going to school. As both girls, one from Pakistan, the other from Myanmar, are still unfamiliar with getting around on their own here in Malaysia. Volunteers from Tzu Chi Teachers Association have come to accompany them to the school for refugee children. Walking together,
I've told them this path is a difficult one. They must stay strong. Children seem to give up easily, so it's important to let them know they must stay strong. I've also given them my phone number should they come across anything they need help with.
Taking the bus, taking the metro. Tzu Chi volunteers accompanied the girls for 2 hours on their way to school.
Because of their status, the students might get stopped along the way and questioned by the police. Because they are refugees, it's very challenging for them. Some of the students who live near the refugee school won't want to come to school because of this problem. With us accompanying the students to school, the parents feel at ease.
Tahu pergi sekolah tak? Tak tahu lah. Kalau tunjuk, tahu. Sekali dua kali tunjuk jalan, boleh pergi. Minggu depan boleh pergi sendiri. Boleh.
Originally, 6 children were to enter middle school. However, in the face of transportation problems, some didn't come to class on the first day. Thankfully, the volunteers sprung into action.
Yesterday, we went to the school to plead with the principal to see if the school would still let the 6 students enroll. However, the principal said there were a limited number of enrollments available now. So they had an examination to determine who could get in. 2 of the 6 got enrollments, and the rest are on a waiting list.
Volunteers plan to continue to accompany the students to school, and once all 6 children are successfully enrolled, they will arrange for a bus to shuttle the children, ensuring their journey to school is a safe and happy one. In Tainan, the Tzu Chi Kindergarten recently held a competition to promote environmental awareness among students and their parents. At the event, the participants are asked to wear costumes with the theme of protecting the environment. In addition, they participate in various activities that help raise the public's environmental awareness. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.